What's up guys, my name is Jared Kaufman. This is our first day on this new house. It's not gonna be a full day. Me and Zach are just gonna get the foundation snapped out. Should be pretty good. This thing's basically just a rectangle with a little square sticking off the side. So it should be pretty easy. But we'll get this snapped out and then in a couple days we'll start framing these walkout walls. So we're checking this foundation here. We've got 5.5 here. I checked 5.5 down on that end, and that gave me about 5.25 on that side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift that about 1/8. That'll shift this about 1/8. And then instead of being a quarter off, we'll just be splitting 1/8 across each way. We'll snap these corners. That'll basically be our control lines. And then we can go parallel from there. So the one closer to the edge is what we want. Yep. Like it? Beautiful. Let's hit this side. You'll just mark that one, and then I'll adjust my side over there. Come on now. Like it? Beautiful. So now we can mark this parallel, which should be fairly easy. So our front wall is 24 feet. So what I'll have you do, just hold me 5.5 on that red line. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. That's 5.5. All right, then I'm gonna come and mark 6.5. Right there. All right, let's head to this end. Beautiful. So now I'll check our lengths for this. So we've got 30'6". Our outside all the way to the corner there, and then we've got this wall, which this will be easier to snap, is 23'6½". But we're gonna go, okay, so that's 24 feet and back. So we will snap that guy next. We'll do the same thing, 5.5 on that red line. Foundation just destroys your pencil. All right, do you love it? Like it? It's kind of an ugly crow's foot. Same thing, we'll run down over here, just to that corner. All right, I'm gonna mark this and then keep holding that. I'm gonna mark the end over here too. Yeah, right on the money. Like it? Good? Beautiful. So then this one, when we mark this, we'll square it with the laser across to mark down there. It's gonna be sick. All right, so we can hit this one. Like it? All right, so this one, it's easier to see in the shade. The line, like if there's no shade, it's like you can't see anything. You put a shadow there and it's right there. Here you go. Landon has my chalk line. That's my favorite for foundations. I need to steal it back from him. Like it? Like it like you're not a quarter off, right?
Yeah. Actually, he gave it to me yesterday, so I got it in my tool belt. I would have had it, but I left my freaking tool belt.
All right, let's get that laser. So we'll basically set that, here, I'll show you here. We'll set this guy like this will work. You know, you always go to the unlock position, right? Like you don't want to go to lock, you want to go to unlock.
Okay. I've never used this exact one.
So basically what we're doing, we're wanting to square this line across to over there. I'm gonna set it so I'm kind of hitting both. I'm in line with my red and I'm in line with my crow's foot here. And then you can take this receiver and go set it on with this white arrow right on our chalk line over there.
This guy?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Just like that. So now we'll bring that receiver over there. Now we have the laser set square. We were moving the laser there. Now we're gonna move this here.
Gotcha, find it.
Yep, so it's gonna be over here.
Oh, it'll shoot low too. Nice.
Yeah, it's 360 degree. So the arrows will tell you where you gotta go.
Oh, I see.
And then we'll see, we might even be able to mark it here too. Beautiful, just like that, baby.
Hell yeah. Perfect.
There we go. Now we got that wall snapped all the way through. So now the last thing we got to do is this one here, which we can do pretty much the same thing. So we'll set the laser right on top of this wall. We'll just set the receiver over there, because then the laser will shoot down and we can hit 2 points right there. So it doesn't matter which way it goes, just so that one of the lights shoots towards me. And it doesn't have to line up with the other red line. It only has to hit this one, because we're just continuing a straight line. We're not doing 90 degrees or anything. Oh, so that's the other thing. If it's blinking like that, it means it's
At a level.
yeah, so there we go.
What thing you were messing with?
This knob here.
Uh-huh.
So that's, here, you'll be in a better position to twist that. Twisting that will finally spin this thing left and right. And the thing I found is it's really like, there's kind of like slop when you switch directions. If you go all the way right and you go too far,
yeah,
and you start spinning back, it doesn't really start spinning until you get like a quarter spin.
Gotcha.
So that's why I like to go a little bit past,
Yeah.
and then I just go slow
Nail
back, and then you can get it right on, because it's deceiving. I mean, that's perfect. Yeah, the solid beep is what you want. So now, I'll take that, and then that's calibrated. Heck, I can even see the green line, so I don't even need to use my receiver. But I can if I wanted to. I can set it like that just the same. But that is kind of what's nice. When you're close enough that it's bright, you can just mark your line that you can physically see. See that there? I mean, or even the laser itself.
Right.
Go fuzz that way. It's like a 16th. Yeah. Put some shade over that. Hell yeah. That's the craziest thing, dude. Is like the least accurate part of what we're doing is the thickness of our pencil lines.
Right.
Know what I mean? There's that, there's the thickness of your chalk line too, same kind of vibe. All right, so the garage is snapped. That's it. So we're gonna do the same thing on our main house now. We kind of have this back corner, which I think we can use as our kind of reference. Probably that side will be our main wall because it's one long stretch, the same dimension. That's how we'll start it. I just pull 5.5 to check first, so mark that. Set the receiver there. I'll run over to the other side. So hopefully, if you kind of eyeball, Zach, how far can I put my laser back where it'll still hit over there? Like before that corner cuts it off. Know what I'm saying? Like, do you think this will hit the...
No, you'll have to come a little. That might.
All right, we'll try that. So we'll do that first to continue our 5.5 line, and then I can move it to the corner after I hit that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Is that on? I might have turned it off. Come on, baby, work for me. Yeah, I think I'm too far. Go lift it up a little. And then see how far down before it works. About there. So let's see if I come here. I'm changing my mind. Let's do this wall first. Because if the closer I get to that corner, the shorter my distance becomes, which makes it less accurate. But we can still hit this full long wall. Let's see, what is gonna be the easiest way to do this? Probably right there. I've got my crow's foot here. And I'll take that receiver now. Go ahead and adjust it. All right, Don't move a muscle. So now we can kind of see how that looks reverse across this way. Don't worry as much about my mark on top. It's more this mark.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Needs to come this way. Hey, nobody breathe on it. Nobody move a freaking muscle. Then I'll just mark it right here and then we snap all this. Oh yeah, I see it. Golly, certified pain in the butt. It's the only one that I'll need to level down. Oh, wrong side. All right, let's snap this. And then all we have left is that back wall and that little hallway, which the hallway will be easy. This back wall will be tricky, but we can figure it out. Yeah, because we basically have to pull a measurement from that wall to here. You know what I mean? Like it? Set that somewhere out of the way. Good?
Yep.
Go ahead and snap it.
Okay.
Beautiful. And then snap this little guy. Sorry.
Good.
Yep. Not too shabby. Like I said, this hallway should be pretty dang easy. 12 foot 11 and a half. So 10 foot 5 and a half. So our inside to inside there. It doesn't give me an actual setback dimension, but let's see if I pull this, if it looks to be pretty close. Yeah, I mean, it looks to be pretty much right on. So if that's the case, then I think we will basically run 5 and a half squared off of this, because this little breezeway is kind of independent. So I think we can pretty much just build this to be just off the foundation, because it actually looks pretty good there. I'll give myself 5 and a half here. And this gets like little rafters cut too. So 5 and a half here.
Hallway into the house.
Yep. Little breezeway.
Beautiful.
And we'll hit the same thing on that side. And then, we don't even have to hit that right now. If we're measuring this garbage all the way over there, what is our front to back dimension? It is 60 foot 3. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. We can level this down here, so you can hold me right here.
Nice.
And then I don't have to reach up as high. There you go.
There?
Yep, love it. Alrighty, so now you can hold me 11 on this one. Okay. So the reason we're doing that is because normally I would mark the outside, but if you subtract 11, then I'll just mark 60 foot 3 itself. Because 60 foot 3 is the outside to outside dimension, but we're marking the inside of our walls.
Gotcha.
So instead of me having to subtract over there,
yeah,
I can just have you do it all here.
Yep.
So if you hold me on 11, that's what. Just 11 inches, right on the line. This is our first day with the full crew here now. Trying to get this generator started. Our cable snapped, had to retie it. We probably cranked it 150 times before it finally started. It's a good thing we painted these lines because we got some snow, as you can see. Up to 2 feet in some spots easily. Yep, Landon cleared out a nice spot for us to work down there because we got to stick frame all these walls, getting the foundation shoveled off. We'll get some green plate. We're a little short on the lumber takeoff, so the builder is picking up some more for us, which is great. Now that we got the generator started, we can get some batteries charging. We'll spread out some material and we'll get this thing plated. 3.5 heavy. 4 light. Got 3.5. 3.25 light. And then we'll have to get this scraped pretty dry because we have to put that caulking on it. Here you go, brother. Give you that impact. Give me back my glove. What's nice with this stuff is it's water-based. So actually, if you put it on wet concrete, it doesn't affect the curing. Oh, nice. You already got the bucket.
Come on, dude.
Buckets. This green plate's actually 5.5.
Look at this though. Favor the outside?
Favor the inside. The chalk line. We just need to run a caulk bead like 1 inch in from the chalk line, and then we put the sill seal, and then we do a bead on the top on the outside.
Okay, I see that.
The bottom one is there, the top one is here. It just, I went back over here.
Oh, okay.
So this top guy gets double plated, so we'll do a regular one on top.
Do we want to shim that plate?
Yeah, like we're gonna shim between these two. So I'm getting the level, the battery's too cold, so I'm warming it up. We'll level that, and that's what we'll use to string everything else, and we'll stop our double plate short 4 feet of this.
4 feet?
So we can lap
Yep.
that, and then we'll get these corners
plate,
up.
then, technically.
Yes.
Yep, sweet.
We'll put this back 5.5 so we can lap them. It doesn't really matter, but we might as well. And then we can just do the...
Line it up and stomp on it trick.
Yeah, precisely. 3/8 more, a little more. Good. To me a little, Zach. Too much. Back, keep going. To me a little bit, good. This is good. Nice, lucky. Solid. Okay. Beautiful. How much for what?
This. Look at it, 2 more or is it?
Oh, let's do 2 more, yeah. Oh, 116 5/8. Exactly. Yep. $65 3/4 heavy.
Foundation like a little bit higher.
So when we're framing walkout walls, we always want to prioritize the inside of our 2x6 plate, because oftentimes your green plate is a little bit wider than 5.5. So here I've got close to 5 3/4. That's why you see this 1/4 inch gap there. But I'm flush on my inside. And the reason we prioritize that is because that's where our chalk line is. And it won't be a problem when we run our zip sheeting to plane over that. All work out just fine in the end.
Jeez, bro.
We're getting some long 2x6 for double tops. If you want to help Troy grab those, we're just gonna get like 6 or 7. Should be good. One of you handsome fellas get me a 175 1/4 light. Yep. And then if you guys want to make a stake, drop it in the middle. I want to brace this wall in the center just because it's pretty wobbly. It's perfect as it gets. 152.5 light. Yeah. I think Zach used it last. Hey, Abraham, am I too long or am I okay? Is that too long? Too long? 1/8 in? Yeah. I need to go 1/8 more? Yeah. Okay, this is cut out of square, so I need to cut it shorter because it's too long now. It's like a quarter out of square. Here, Zach. I'll drop this down to you and you can just square this up. Take me a little extra off just in case. Can I see that 2x6, Laura? Can I get a coil?
Oh, we should have. Yeah, we're good. Now.
And then while we're here, check this one too. I'm pretty sure this is out of level as well. Zach, let me see that little green plate. Go flat with it. Just come up so you're hitting my square. Well, let's see, don't pull nothing yet. Yeah, it needs to come to me a little. It'll come in a little. In theory, leveling it should be the same as straightening it, but, all right, to me, more? Perfect. That's pretty good for me too.
Nailer.
Take another long one. The double top?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the double tops really, because that doesn't affect.
Yep. You just broke perfectly over that one, so I didn't.
Yeah, that's just a coincidence actually.
Nice.
Just pass it to Landon, have him cut it on the ground. Make your life easy. Or you cut it on the ground. You see the window layouts, right, Troy?
Yeah.
Sweet. You got that 2 foot level, Troy? Over there, see it? We'll level this little stud here, 'cause I don't think it's cut on layout. This one, actually yeah, let's do this one first and then I'll pull from it. Yeah, you just put it where you like it. Wanna pass me a saw? You set that depth for me real quick? There you go, bruv. Yeah, we can. Here, Tim. 126.5 light. That last top plate. And then throw your level on that, Troy. I'll nail the top for you. It's right outside this wall here.
Okay. That don't look level, but it's saying it's level.
It could be this stud's not level, but that's fine. Do you like it?
Hang on. Right there.
Here, Tim, while you're there.
Let me nail this guy.
Let me see that header. Yeah, 42. Here, hold it up and just against these studs here, flat. Give me that. Give me that thing. Well, let's level this king stud. We got to get out of here, so let's just keep leveling across. That's good?
Yeah.
So we're saying that tree is what we're hoping to miss.
Yep, this guy did some cool math with the stick, so hopefully it works out.
That's right, I think I was able to record some of it. But we think that's roughly 65 feet tall to the tip of that tree from here, which is about the height of this crane. So hopefully this works out for us. You can see we've got these counterweights here, that those sit on the back here, and that's basically what's gonna allow this thing to lift all that weight, because a load in the back lets you have a load in the front, you know, as they say. We like them when they got a little extra weight in the back. It's going up. I was just telling the guys, it's just like standing on a wall. It always seems taller when it's up versus on the ground. This one will be about 65 feet to the peak. I think it has more distance back here, which I think gives it more capacity with the counterweights. So now we're at a little less than half boom. This is like maybe 40%, and then that whole thing will flip out. Pretty wild. So now that it's there, they're gonna throw these counterweights on the back, and then it'll have enough back weight to be able to do the top. Got the counterweights all on. I think up next is to extend the boom. Yeah, here's the real question. How close to the top do you think we'll be on that tree?
I think we'll be about 5 feet short, is my guess.
5 feet? What do you think, Tim?
Ooh, I think 10 feet from the top.
Oh, you think we're going over it?
Yeah, I think
No,
like
no.
Oh,
10
down.
feet down.
I think it's almost like there's sort of that bundle of branches up at the top. I think we'll be right below it, probably about 10 feet as well.
We'll barely hit the top.
Yeah.
So then we'll hook someone up
it's-
with suspenders, harness, and with the chainsaw on the crane. And
That's right. And there we go. It does look taller now that it's up. Come on, baby. Dude, that's like 3 feet, dude.
yeah.
All right, we just got back from lunch. The crane is up, but they need to fix a piece on it, so it's really gonna be operational on Monday. So for now, it's just folded in half because it does barely hit that tree, so we're just gonna fold it up when we're not using it. And look at that, there's our dumpster. It's gonna sit right here. All right, so here, what we need to do is we need to fur this up a little bit, so that way it planes with these walls here. So you can see that height difference there. And that's just based off the laser, what we needed to do in order to get this perfectly level. So what we're gonna do, I've got the laser receiver set at exactly the height we need, so we can set it and it'll tell us whether we need to go up or down, and we'll use this box of shims to get us to our exact height. And it doesn't matter that we're gonna have a gap between there for air, because our zip system is gonna come down and that's gonna seal to our green plate. And then our big stretch below that will seal that to the foundation. So that's gonna work out pretty well. So we're drilling out the bolts on the top, or rather Landon is drilling out the bolts on top, so that way those can go through there. We're just drilling them all the way through so the inspector can see them if he wants to. That's gonna make our life a heck of a lot easier. But we're drilling this one before we run our shims, just so that way we can ensure that they're perfect. Beautiful. Oh, almost. Give me one more. I guess that's good. I've got to run a pressure treated ledger against the foundation here for our floor system to hang her onto. And then we've got to finish framing our ROs down there. So that's what the boys are working on. I'll get this ledger, although I might have to go run and get gas because I didn't realize it, but our generator is really low on gas and it just turned off. So I think I need to pick up some gasoline. We will be running off of that bigger generator that the crane runs off of, but crane guy's not here yet. I'm not sure what's up. So maybe he's got a bad case of the Mondays. All right, getting these windows framed in. And actually, I can't set my ledger quite yet because I don't have that material, so the builder is gonna pick that up for me. So I'm gonna frame this little pony wall here instead, which should be good. There's gonna be a beam pocket in it about there. It's gonna run over these caissons here, and that'll be our girder for this. So I'll put a beam pocket there and then a little crawl space access directly next to that, and then we'll be ready to roll. Yeah. Right, that end stud. So my stair hole is 10'5.5" and back is where our beam goes. So let's see where that puts us. 10'5.5" and back. We're just gonna miss this thing, which is sick. Yeah, keep holding me there, Derek, and I'll set my laser here. All right, where are you at? Laser. Okay, I'm exactly 10'5". So I want to be 10'5.5". A little more money. Well, here, let me just check it while I'm standing to make sure. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's see. How big does that pack need to be? I think the beam is less than 6 inches wide, but I'll double check that. First, I will just measure this guy on his 9. It's my stud. All right, Tim, I'll take one more. 56 and an 8, barely heavy. So I've just got my 2 end studs set. I'm gonna run my plate across. I'll set a middle stud to make sure it's nice and flat. Then I can measure in the rest of these. So this here is my beam pocket. So I got the height of my beam from here and measure down to here, because this is gonna cut out. Our beam is gonna be flush with this, and then our double top plate will be on top, and that's will be the height of this beam. You can see just about perfectly how well that lines up with that outside wall. All right, so there you can see we've got our little cripple wall filled in, a little pack for our beam there. This is nice and level with our wall. And Derek is getting our wall strung right now. You can see we just got a little hump out there that they're straightening out, and then we'll be ready to roll some floor. This wall is being a pain in the butt here. It's a little far.
Ooh, it's like an eighth, yeah, an eighth too light. An eighth too light? But honestly, let me just check the wall.
Oh, is it on the edge of the caisson?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Look at that. This guy's got big old brain.
Yeah, it's a little too much, so we'll just do that same thing, but just take a blade out of it.
Might be a little too much.
That might have been. How's that look?
That is perfectly straight. And I'm on the freaking money.
Beautiful. Nobody breathe on it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Should we laser and do our tent posts?
Yeah, because that's everything. This is good. This is good.
Great. How do we want to laser that? Do we want to use the laser with the receiver or just the 5-point laser?
5-point would be harder to try to read with the tape.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just set the ladder A-frame up. And then maybe we get a long 2x6 we can like set the receiver against. That makes it easy.
Got some cabinetry on the.
That's right. Check this out. I'll just do that for now so we can make sure it's right. Oh yeah. So sick. All right, let's plate that beam, and then we can sawzall out that because I was too lazy to ask for a saw earlier. So now it's gonna take twice as long because I was lazy. And then we'll take lunch. Crane guy should be here any minute, which hopefully he can get that thing up and running while we're on lunch. You can come a little higher on the outside. Oh, gotta love that. Yeah. I think we got it with the 4 of us. I think you're right.
All right, ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, easy.
So we're leaving this 5.5 back so it can stick into our little pocket that we made in that wall. So Tim on that end marked 5.5 back. Beautiful. So yeah, Troy, we can just put the ugly side down, and then we can just go like 2 foot staggered. Right. There is good on our line.
We'll just hug one side.
We can just kind of center it.
Okay.
That's fine. So kind of stagger like right and left. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful. That thing sounds like a space laser. I love it.
I ran it over 2 inches just in case that LVL needs to.
Totally. I love it. Well, let's mark center on this. So once we get the crane rolling, we might as well rig it up.
Yeah.
Mark 20 feet and then just pull from the other side and mark 20 foot 5.5. All Wow, shockingly close. Talk about an eyeball. And then we'll go like, I don't know, 1.5 feet each direction, so we have 3 feet away with our straps. Okay. And then that's how we'll set it. But let's take lunch now. Lunch check. What you got for lunch?
Potato chips. I already ate all my sandwiches.
Multiple sandwiches?
3 sandwiches.
And a love note?
And a love note.
Dude, Derek's got the world's best sourdough bread. Me and Tim are always going gourmet. I'm making steak on site. Tim's usually got steak and potatoes or something. Check it out, Luke from Rangeline Homes just pulled up to the job site. That's the fun part about working up in the mountains.
Heck yeah.
But check out his YouTube channel. He's sort of like the Build Show, but better, in my opinion.
Come on. You have a very tight site.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work. And to make it better, our trusses are dropping right now.
That's
so,
awesome.
All right, have a good one. See you around. Woo. All right, we're touching on the ground, so that's a good sign, I'd say. Woof. Actually, not too bad of a placement. Not too bad at all. Next thing, we can now run our ledger, which I was kind of thinking we could maybe like nail some blocks at the top of it to like help keep it level with that. We can just shoot it into the concrete for now. Maybe we try to hit some of the high spots of the concrete as well. We can just tack it and then we can drill it and do our Titan bolts. Look at this hammer. How many ounces is it? Do you know?
It feels like 14. Feels pretty light.
Now, before anybody gives him crap, it's his great grandpa's hammer, so don't hurt his feelings.
Let's try that one little thing again.
Oh! Come on, baby! Oh! Oh! No!
No! All right. Can't do that trick with that. Dang. I guess it makes sense because it's so old and brittle, you know?
All right, well, we're ready to set these ledgers. Here, Derek, I'll shoot you this. So, in theory, 12.5 down from here would be the top of our wall.
12.5 down.
Down from where the laser is. 16 3/4 heavy, minus 12.5, 4 1/4 heavy. We'll probably have to do we'll fur up like some plywood or something.
Yeah.
So let's just check each corner. Write that one down there, write 4 1/4 heavy there, so we don't forget. And then we'll check that corner. There you go, I forgot. I got it for you.
Slick!
I saw you pull out your square and I was like, wait, I forgot I got him the other one.
Yeah,
Look at the experience on this one though.
Dang, this thing's fresh. I feel like Spencer.
It's a chunker.
Yeah, it is. But at least I can finally see the bubble now though. Because that's like
Totally.
the one problem with this, is like I can't see the bubble anymore.
Totally.
Or it's very faint.
Yeah, I love these marks too.
Yeah.
And I actually love marking plates with this thing too. I feel like I am actually quicker with it than with some other squares.
Oh yeah, dude, thank you.
Yeah, Tim has the best job on the job site right now. Because who doesn't love just tinnitus? Guaranteed.
What?
If it makes you feel any better, you're like 1/4 of the way done. Everyone knows the classic Larry Hahn trick. When you get a handful of nails, you grab all the heads that way, flip them around. You might need to do it a couple times. All right, let's see if I'm about to embarrass myself or if I'm gonna clutch. I feel like I need to get a couple set just to get me started. Doesn't count, it doesn't count. Just want to get it nice and straight first. Man, I was cruising on the other one.
Go, Jerry Hans!
Woo! I swear I was doing good before I grabbed the camera. That's always the way it goes, though. Here, now go show Derek so he can show me up. Here it is. This is it. Here's my run. This is gonna be clean, boys.
There it is.
Hey! Oh, my arm. It's so sore. 75 and a quarter.
Oh, that sucked. Here, let me tack this end down.
Oh, baby, here it comes. He's hungry.
Don't you worry, brother. Gotta clean the surface area a little.
Primed and ready?
Yes, sir.
Here it goes. A humble start.
Ooh.
Oh!
He saved it. Almost.
Oh yeah. Needless to say, we love nail guns. Nail guns are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Derek gave me some bad news, but I'm glad he did, because I framed these at the wrong heights. So Tay's cutting them up. I got to raise them up, because that actually goes to this foundation height. So we need to frame little pony walls on there up to there, and then just this, and then a little middle section here is lower. So thankfully Derek mentioned something. Otherwise, I would have just built this whole thing and then had to tear apart even more. Time to redo it. So with our ledger on now, we've got this void here, and we're putting insulation in there because we have a little bit of an air gap. And the builder wants to utilize that to get a little extra R value out of that, so there won't be a cold spot inside the floor system. The cold front has come in. I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing, but he's just getting the load limit set on the crane, so we're just waiting for him, and then we'll be out of here. Yet another day that we didn't get very much done. That and I messed up this pony wall like 8 times. Leadership at its finest.
Day one tomorrow.
That's right, tomorrow's true day one. So I'll start coming out until this end is more or less where we want it, and then I'll swing it over. If you want to grab it, just hold it and then just kind of walk it out. I'm gonna start trolleying out and just like slide your grip down until you're at the end of the beam. Let it pivot this way, Tim, so it can be closer to him, because I'm not gonna swing it until I'm further out. Oh yeah, baby. You guys are good there? I'm gonna leave the strap on this. Let's grab a couple 2x4s and throw them over the top of this onto the wall. We can nail it into the wall, and then we can put this exactly where we want it to be. Nice, that looks so good. So what we're doing here, we're just nailing 2x4s to the top of this beam in a couple spots so we can tie it into that exterior wall, make sure it's nice and straight and parallel on the dimension it needs to be. This is a stair hole beam, so it's extra important. So he's got that one tacked. We'll have to tack this other one, and then we can nail them on the walls. Put a little more tension on the tape. Beautiful. We can unhook this guy. Do me a favor real quick. Let's clean off these caissons and just give me a measurement from the steel to the concrete on both of these, and then we can start moving some material. All right, so now that our crane is working, we can start to get this material a little more spread out and organized and functional, because it's all just jam-packed into the garage right now, which is not gonna work long term. Just be careful of any swing, just in case. So I think we can leave all this 2x in the back, because that doesn't really matter too much. This is the biggest pack we've moved so far. Something like 30-something foot joists, and a lot of them, with LVLs and snow on them too. I'm gonna put these over here so they're closer to the floor where we need them. Troy's making us the world's best sawhorses right now. None of that crap that Zach builds, kind of crap that's gonna collapse under a timber and bust a toe. I'm gonna have to edit in like circus music over this. You have a center mark on there, Tay? So it should be 5 3/4 wide. So just 2 7/8 will be half the width, if you know what I mean. 19 or 18? Okay, 19 foot, half an inch. That's to your center. Okay, and then we'll do the, you could probably hook that by yourself, but you can hook the other wall, measure the same thing. So that 19 foot, half an inch will be a quad LVL. So we can cut 4 of those, and then we have a crap ton of LVL, so we'll just need to dig through everything and make sure we're cutting the right stuff. Hopefully we have some 19 footers, because they always send them like an inch or two long. That'd be perfect. If you run it without impacting it, the fans will help cool it. I will say, when we were doing the timbers in Monument, I was trying to use my Metabo impact. They got way more juice, that's for sure. Well, shall we set this thing and then eat some food? Lift it up a little, Troy.
It's actually like
Up. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Good. Yep. Money. It's about as money as it gets. Okay, so now we can mark out this hanger for this one. Same thing, 4 feet and go from the steel beam. And it's just gonna face that hanger, and that's our last beam for this section. So the top will be that side. It doesn't normally matter which side is which, but just because I did the planing on the end of the thing. Am I crazy, or does that look straight? I think I'm just crazy.
Yeah, it looks pretty straight. What you got?
From the steel, roughly? Yeah, that's good. Sweet, great. Yeah, now that it's in, it looks right. It's just because it was crooked, it looked like it was crooked. Imagine that. So yeah, we'll run sinkers in those diagonals. Nice, that notch was perfect, Troy. Look how flush that is. Yeah, classic. Okay, let me think what to do next. I think we'll start running a crap ton of hangers. So basically, our layout is just gonna be, for these joists, let's see how wide these are. 2 inches. So 15 and go if we're hooking the exterior wall. We can pull that on the wall and on the ledger from the exterior wall. Don't mark it on the wall, just hook it and then we'll pull past the beam. All right, we're folding up the crane for the day, rolling up. You can see it's turning into a winter wonderland again. But we got a good section of the floor going and we're ready to crush it in the morning and knock out a bunch more of this. All right, we're back here again. Gonna finish up this floor. Today is Zach's birthday. What birthday lunch are we gonna do?
What sounds good?
There's a pizza place and a burger place. The burger place is all right. We'll get something delicious and amazing.
These are
I beat you to it. All right, so I got this stuff laid out for you guys once those headers are done. What's that? Yeah, they're gonna stop on the beam though, on the steel beam. Yeah, we'll run a rim joist on that side of it, and then the joist will just die into it. Rim first probably. So we can run these guys now. I'll clear all the snow out of these hangers and put all the glue in, and then we'll roll them all out first, so they're already spread, and then we'll just drop them all in at once. When we're rolling them, we'll just set them kind of over the top like how this one is, but we'll just keep the holes on the left side consistently, so that way when we're setting them, it's the same motion every time. All right, well, I would say let's start with the bolt ones so we get the crappy ones done first. Yeah, 2 toenails in the top into that ledger. Is it? bottom is the most important part because that's where it sits on the hanger. Ready? That's where it gets tricky because now they're long. For these ones, I would snap a line. Yeah, because these I'll be able to pivot up and cut, but that won't really work on these shorter ones. I would just run a full one for now, and then we'll patch into it once I cut these. Just like we did on that side, where we pull back 1.25 inches, we're gonna do that same thing on this.
Okay.
And then we'll snap a line across the tops of these. Then we'll square down with that, and then we'll run through and cut all these. I'm just gonna put these on layout because that'll affect the lengths.
Yeah.
Like it? All right. Hell yeah. Dude, he got the Timbs with the fur on the inside. He's insane. Troy in some apple bottom jeans. Apple bottom jeans. You know what else? Something you guys should try, how I would frame this when I have like 2 walls with the same dimensions. I'll find my joists that, you know, are the right length for this, which I think we have 12 footers or whatever. I run them all up here long, I put them flat on layout, and then I basically snap this line on the top of them and then just set the depth on the saw and just cut them all like that. Makes it super fast. And then they're all perfect too. You don't have to worry about accidentally getting something wrong. You should try it. I think you'd like it. Plus it's also nice, you have a platform to stand on while you're setting them all. So now I would just double check on this end that they're pretty square. If they're more than like 1/4 off, I would say we can cut them. And then yeah, we can basically set them the exact same way we did these. Basically think of it like it's flat on the, like the X is off it, so when we tip it up, it'll be on the X, you know what I mean? So like with this layout here, we'll go like that, holes down, and then tip it up like that. And then we'll tip them the same way, where we'll start from that end and then do this, because then you have all the flat ones to stand on behind you. So I'll grab those ones next. If you want to just start marking square on these, we can cut them, and then we can get these puppies spread out. Not too shabby. You guys see the new Shrek trailer?
No, there's a new Shrek.
Yeah, dude, but they like redesigned him.
Oh my god.
Shrek 5.
Is he now yellow?
No, he's just like, you know how newer animation is just like different?
Yeah, it like hits different.
Yeah.
4K.
That's right. New Shrek ain't the same. I think I took all mine out earlier. Oh, I got one too. Oh yeah, generators. I was like, I feel like I'm running out of air. And I was like, I didn't turn off the compressor. And I was like, oh, I turned off the generator. I thought it was a little too peaceful. I thought I was missing a sort of chronic stress feeling. Oh, you gotta do the switch, Troy. The red switch. Try that. Oh. Hey.
35, 7/8. For this one?
All right, so we're about to start dropping our sheets. We got that section fixed. We got our blocks in. Now we're still waiting on a custom steel thing for this back side of the house where the cantilever is gonna go. I guess the fabricators are struggling with some stuff, but it is gonna work out because our joists are gonna switch direction right here. So it'll actually work for us to just stop on this LVL. Zach's birthday today, and for his birthday, he said he wants to carry sheets. So that's what he gets to do. Not even joking, that's what he actually said. I bet we can have this thing sheeted in an hour and a half, but we'll see. You good, Troy? Send it.
I didn't quite get that.
It's kind of tricky to get it when setting them this way. And then we want to have essentially an 1/8 inch or so gap right here. And rinse and repeat. Grab another glue gun, Tim. Another glue gun. Only glue the first LVL because we're gonna leave the outer LVL empty.
Okay.
Because that's where our sheets going that way are gonna connect. Beautiful. If you want to start on this next row, I'll pull this sheet out of the way so you can hit it. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can you just get a little further out on these two, Tim? I'll drop it here, Zach. You're good. This has a rip? We might as well. We can just cut 2 sheets. Let's go 28 and a half. Yeah, to start on this one right here, because that's our 4-foot break. Go ahead and hit the blocks too. Yeah, not including the tongue. Just the same 4 feet. We can go over this seam and we'll just pull these together in order for them to go together. Because then when we route this, all the pieces will fit to literally sheet our drop shower floor. I was planning on framing ahead of time, but I just got distracted because when I was measuring for them is when I realized that thing was wrong. So, but it doesn't really matter. We can do it later too. We'll just center it over this, so we'll break on that joist and this one. And then we might need to finagle it a little bit in order to get the groove to go together here, but it'll work. Pretty good there. I steal that gun, Tim. A full sheet will work here. And we can glue the rest of that row over there, Troy. I'll get a few nails here. There it is. Hallelujah. Yeah, just take 16 off, because it's a little over 8 feet. And then this one, Zach, I'll break on this joist so that way we can notch out for this guy, know what I mean? Yeah. So after that guy, Tim, I'll get one at 80 inches, just a full 4 foot by 80. So you'll want to stomp it on that corner, because you want to stomp away from the sheet that's already done. There you go. Hopefully that'll stay. There it is. Oh yeah. All right, well, there we go. The floor is all finished up, at least what we can do. Supposedly we're gonna get that steel piece either tomorrow afternoon or first thing on Friday, but either way, we've got plenty to do. We'll get this section snapped out at least. We'll get the garage plated. Actually, I think we'll do that first. We'll plate the garage. We also gotta finish framing in this section of floor. So we'll kind of hit that first, probably while we plate the garage. I've also got some material stacks so we can work on cut list, but those few things should keep us busy. I like to frame the garage walls on the deck so we can square them and get them all nailed and sheared on the ground. Then we'll just set them with the crane, which will be nice. But that'll do it for today. Happy birthday to Zach. So look at this. This is the cut list for our house. Troy's pretty much done all this. He did most of it on our last house too. And this is gonna make our wall framing go insanely fast, which we're actually getting started on right now. Tim's getting our other garage plate done. I've got our first one over there. So I'll just get my top plates cut and laid out for that. And then I'll get studs racked out for the guys, and then I'll lay out the next one while they frame this. And yeah, it's gonna be great. I kind of want to try to frame that floor in and see if we can't finish it before Zach gets here. I bet we could.
I bet we could. We might have to.
True. So there should be some 9.5-inch LVL, I believe. Not the crazy long one though. Oh, I think it might be over here. No, we just need 2 of them. Perfect. And then the rest will be those 9.5-inch TJIs. We can cut one of those LVLs at 71 1/8. The other one actually should be the same dimension, but it might not be. Yeah, cut 2 of those. Okay.
Same, right?
Yep, same number. We can get some of those 9.5 TJI hangers and a Tico gun. Well, I guess I'll need 3 of these actually. $60 3/4. That makes it easy. So 15 3/16. 3/8. Heavy-ish. So what I did there is when you need to center your layouts, what you do is you hook from the outside to the inside. That's what you're gonna subtract by, and then you're dividing by the spaces between. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 60 3/4 divided by 4 is roughly 15 3/16, which is what I've got right here. Of all the bolts to not have in, I'm glad it was that one. Well, we're off to a good start, I'd say. Do the shims under the plate, not the rim, know what I mean? You see how we did ours on the other side? And then Tim, if you and Zach want to get these sheeted, just regular subfloor, me and Troy will start getting these guys ready for us to set, and then we'll set some garage walls. Hell yeah! You know what? Let's get some. Let's get this crap off of these. Let this like half bunk, and let's use those. All right, ready?
Yep.
And I'm not on your air now either, too, so. I can feel my air slowing down now that I don't have 2 compressors feeding me. There you have it, brother. Yep. Run my double top. I think 14 would be pretty close to right on. Let's see if I can steal one. Oh, it's a 2x4. Whatever. 16 it is. I kind of like put my heel, well, so is the bottom nailed already?
Yep.
I just kind of put my heel on the ground, and then I am able to kind of like step down and push it with my foot. Yep. That's what I like to hear. I was like, I just switched the blade. Okay, it's figure out my truss layout. 1 foot 2 1/4 and go is our truss layout. Go from this side. I got your top rips cut for you. Once your double top is done, Troy. Yeah, they're just on the stack. So we'll just run double top first, okay. And then we'll do truss layout, and then it'll be good to go. So if I'm gonna split this into thirds, dude, this is gonna be sick. Check this out, dude.
Yeah?
This is sick.
We're both going for the top.
I'll be quick, don't worry. Ready for this? Yeah. Oh yeah. Then we'll just have to reach under with an impact to get those screws in, but that'll work. These two are for your wall once we get those rips in. Gotcha. Ready to set some walls? I want to grab an impact and some ledger locks and we could bolt in those things. We'll set mine first. I didn't roll yours yet, so we still got to roll it. Oh, and I guess we can cut out that window too. So this is pretty cool what we did here. I'll show it on the other one while Troy puts this one in. But these plates that I made have this angle on them. So we cut a slot in the sheathing so we can drop it right through. Hit a couple screws into the studs and into the top plate. The reason we left our sheathing up long like this is for the heels of our trusses up at the top. So that'll just make it nice for that. All right, I'll get the crane over here. That was kind of sick. That was like perfect for like when we're standing normal walls, even though this one's just gonna move. So I'll lift this one up, I'll pop it loose, and then we can pull these toenails out as well. Check it out. This is a spiral 1/2 inch flush cut bit on the 1/2-inch router, this thing tears. Check it out. Hallelujah. So we'll try to like go past this wall, so that way we have something to push against. So that side's gonna go down first, it looks like, so let's just line that up. Hopefully this lifts okay. Woo! Would you check if the caulk is installed already? Almost there? Right there. Okay. Hell yeah. All right, let's mess with this side now. So it's gonna be tricky just because the tension on this thing.
Yeah.
So as I lower it, it's gonna get easier. All right, you wanna help Zach finish that guy? I'll tie these together.
Yep.
So we can get the heck out of here. Yep. Can I see another impact and flat lock? Good. That looks easy and fun. The balance is the tricky part. Just need to slide towards you a little, I think, and it should drop on. I mean, this way.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Cash me outside. One of the nice things about bolts is, like, at least for walls like these, you can more or less just kind of generally trust them to keep it from completely falling over. Yeah. This wall is unique because our header notches into the top plate of the wall in order to get our required head height. You'll see how that works in just a minute. Is there any bottom cripples labeled for this thing? Or anything else labeled for this window, rather? They would be about 67 3/4 or 7/8 or so. Could you push that up towards me?
Yeah.
Keep going. It's more like it. Yeah. One of the plates, maybe it was the top plate, had a pretty gnarly bow in it, which is like kind of not helping push stuff.
Really racked right now. Super weird.
Okay, so now we need to straighten it and then we can square it and sheet it. So I kind of like to just tack each end and then sight down the middle and just kind of see what it needs to do. The middle just needs to go that way. It kind of bows down. So if we can try and push that.
How much?
3/8 tops. That's moving. Put your cat's paw and then just give it a little pry like that. It's kind of bouncing.
Yeah.
A little more if you can. Watch your hose. Can you give it more? Pretty close, a little more. Go for it. Great. All right, now we'll square it. All right, that works fairly there. All right, I've got 184.5. Oh, not even close over here. I need to move like almost 3/4. Yeah, we might as well just check both sides again. 185 light. $185 heavy. Let's see where we at there. Nice, I moved the opposite direction. Great. Yeah. Only like a couple though, because the window. Good. Yeah, we can just do a strap around the header, it'll be plenty.
Just one?
Yeah, as long as we can center it. Pretty good. If you like it, I like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna have to adjust the bottom there, but I'll tack it here.
Sweet. Could you pull this real quick? I'm just gonna towards me. I'm able to get the double tops tight, so it's because with our luck, if I wait to do this, then when we get the bottom right, this will just pop back out. So. Oh, it's all right. That's all it needs. So, that's good to go. Whatever you want to / need to do.
I'm gonna hang out the window and get this into place.
Yep. It's about as easy as it gets.
Does not get much easier than that.
Yep. Gotta love it. All right, so let's set that garage header now. We'll bring it over here first, and then we'll strap around the top plates.
Okay.
So we can lift it up into the wall.
That go under it?
Yeah. We'll just kind of set this on the green plates. I think we'll be able to, like, well, I'm gonna go down with it first,
if we're going on
and then we'll
green plates,
re-strap it. I'm just gonna set it on them. Oh, I guess go long to you so I can get past the plywood. There you go. Are you able to go under that and then throw it over the wall? Nice. Did you put a center mark on this?
I did, but it's on this.
Oh, I see it. It's right there.
Oh, where is it?
Right there, kind of by my shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just ease a little weight off. Yeah, ready? Let's see if we can get it vertical. Ready? Seems pretty perfect, actually. Try to push that way. Just try to keep some pressure that way so I don't slip out from the plywood. Are you able to pull it out more? Yeah. So you're putting more like angled pressure on it? Want to try that one more time up there? Oh yeah.
Boy, she's in there.
Come out a little further.
Out?
Yeah. That's pretty good for being flush with the double top. All right, so we've got our trusses here behind me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rack these out and basically set them up how they're gonna go on the garage on this floor while we wait for our steel beam over here so we can pick this whole roof and set it with the crane in the meantime. So we're gonna sheet our gables and then we'll frame these boys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. How many is that?
That's 28.
That's actually perfect. It's exactly how many we need. So we can just start on each end and meet in the middle, I guess. I'm just trying to nail them like more or less around here because it's like higher up but not too high, you know?
Not so high that we need a ladder.
Yeah. I just like to do like 3 toenails. Just helps keep them together in case the wind picks up before it gets sheeted. So we're ready to just roll these guys. I'll just pull your hose around the other side so we're not getting tangled, and then up they go. And then we're only nailing the blocks. You might like try and adjust it left and right a little onto the chalk line, but I wouldn't even worry too much about the layout because we'll run like long 2x4s with layout on it for all those. So, yeah. All right, shall we? Yeah. How are we looking on that chalk line? Yeah. Okay.
A couple of these are out.
Yeah, we'll be able to adjust them. The chalk line is what like we'll want to get as close as possible, but nothing is really set in stone. Okay. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that are out like 3 inches.
Yeah, it's just, that's what's causing the little like, you can see there's like a hump out on the trusses kind of. That's just from being out of the outside line. What's up guys? Welcome back. Today, we're gonna set this garage roof, which goes right here. Should be pretty cool. I'm excited to do it. We're gonna set that with the crane, and then we've got a piece of steel. Let me show you. Over here, that is a little too heavy for the crane. It's about 3,000 pounds. So we're gonna have to get a little forklift to lift that, which goes over that caisson, and that will frame the rest of this floor in. So we're gonna run just a few more 2x4s with layout on it to keep these all on layout. Then we're gonna run one of those LVL beams right there out through this triangle here, and then we'll set this roof. All right, so these 2x4s will help us stay on layout. They'll also help us keep it straight this way. As you can see, I'm a little off there, which isn't a huge deal. Just need to pull it. Our forklift should be here in about 20 minutes.
Sweet.
All right, our strong backs are in. Tim is just finishing up the last one. You can see we've got our rows here, 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 and then on the top. So now we'll run our LVL up in there, which will be tricky, but I think we can use the crane to actually help us get it up in there. And then maybe we'll set some screws in that to keep it where we want it. And then we'll lift this thing up and see what happens. We decided we're gonna do our gables separately because the gables are usually where you get trouble anyways. So having those set on their own will be probably a lot easier. The old thread the needle, as they say. So now the question is, if I set it down, will it, well, I guess not if you put some weight down on it. Do you want it to like go flat or, oh, there you go. And honestly, I'll just slide it out here so I lift the weight off the end. I think that should work. We just got those toenails on the other side. That's pretty wild. Not too shabby, all things considered. Oh, I guess we forgot our double top on that wall. It's all right, we've got a crane to lift it up so we can fit the double top plate underneath it. That makes it easier. All right, so up here on the wall, you can see that our truss sits pretty perfectly flush with our framing there. So we've got our layout. So now we're just gonna go. I've got just barely any tension on this just to make these light. So if we need to shift them either way, we can get that pull pretty easily. Got my layout on that side. We left our plywood on that side so we can go tight against that and then left this side off. So that way we do have just a little freedom there if we need it. But now I'm just gonna run through and nail these all on layout and then we'll be done with the truss roof. Well, other than the gables, which we still gotta set. All right, so we're about to set the steel V now. Here we go. I'm gonna pick up the steel V. Now, hopefully I can do this without getting stuck. All right, that's a success. Let's see how this goes. We've got our steel V set. We're gonna get that brace parallel and then we're gonna start setting all these LVLs. Those two there, these here, we got the seams taped up on those, so they'll be air sealed. Troy, could you also tape, they're only double beams, so we only need to do one layer, but we're gonna tape these long ones too.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just set that side first since you're there. So I would put the strap just inside that first tab, and then hopefully the tab will hold it in while I pull the strap out with the crane. Ready? We're gonna have to adjust it, but we'll need to run these side LVLs first in order to get it to where we want it. So I'm just gonna run these, then we'll run the long ones, and then we'll essentially string line the long ones and then push those into whatever we need. Get it a little stabilized before we send it to Tim. All right, so for this next beam that we're gonna set, it's gonna be sitting on this wall, attaching to that quad, and then continuing out past there to finish the cantilever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run our structural screws, which we've got, let me see one of those, Troy. So what we've got here is a 5 1/8, 5/16 GRK structural screw. So we're gonna run one of those through the double top plate into the bottom of this LVL in each bay, plus we're gonna run some through this into that there. We still have a Simpson connection for that as well, but this is just to hold it there temporarily while we frame. Yeah, we'll hit this side first, and then we might need to like sledge or clamp or something over there. We want it to be tight here. Make sure it to this quad here. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then just get it nice and flush with that exterior. I got my foot on the backside to hold it too. I'd say that looks pretty good. Let's hit one at an angle here, Tim, to kind of pull it in a little. Imagine that, flush. Imagine flush being right. So maybe I'll lift up a little bit and then we can put a little block under it and then we can take out that strap. Know what I mean? Am I high enough or do I need to go up more? So you'll still want to hook up the outer one because then I'll lift it again so you can take out the block. There you go. Beautiful. We might need to sledge that end to push the quad in a little. Let me give you a touch more lift, Tim. Oh, a little too much. Did you try doing like a toe screw this way?
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Oh, okay. That'll work. That'll for sure work. Sheesh. Let's take that strap out. I'll lift it a little and put your hammer under it. Do like the face of your hammer. Or yeah, even better. There you go. That actually worked perfectly. Well, I'm glad that worked. Do you need me to pull it in?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something. Because based on where the caisson is and being level with that, we're technically 2 inches big on what we would want it to be. Troy, if you hook the quad LVL, where do you have roughly to the 2x6? It's kind of what I saw too. Yeah, it's off. Yep, it'll pull it down. I'm gonna finally finish up the subfloor now that we've got the rest of the floor framed. And since we've got a full crew, I think we'll really get a lot done. We've only been rolling a few minutes. Guys are already getting sheets down. But I think we'll be framing walls before the end of the day. Hold me to it though. Oh yeah. 47.5 will be good for the next starter. Yeah. Let's flip it. Pretty good. Oh, we're in a little too far. We got to overhang on that side. Yeah, it's basically like every other sheet. The full sheets have to overhang like an inch or something. All right, Troy and I are about to snap the floor. He just snapped out a basement at another project, so I want to capitalize on the fact that he's a little fresh. And then these guys started sheeting that, and then we'll get this snapped and plated, and hopefully we'll start framing some walls here pretty soon. So once we get the exterior snapped, I mean, just because they're both you guys, I'll just kind of tell both you guys what to do. So then you can just do it on your own more or less, and I'll just be telling you what to do. But I've got our first two marks, so we can let's set a nail over here on this one. And then, I think you guys might know this, but if I'm ever setting the nail for a chalk line, I angle it away from where it's going, because then the hook will slide all the way down to the floor automatically when you pull on it. So if you hook that, then we'll run it all the way over here and we'll pull it super tight. And then I can hold it in the middle. It's like all the way down here. Troy can sight you on the line, right here, Troy. And then I'll hold the middle, like it. All right, so we're gonna first pull parallel before we pull square. So I'm fairly certain our outside to outside is 29'3". Okay. So if you've got the tape, Zach will hold your hook 5.5 on the red line. And then all the way over here, you're marking 29'3" minus 5.5. Look at that, it looks like our framing's pretty much right on. That's what I like to see. It's -3, -2, -1/2.
9.5.
Yep, beautiful. We'll hit the same thing on the other end. Dude, this is the easiest exterior walls to snap ever. Literally just a box. Yeah. So nice.
Good there.
You good? Beautiful. So then we can snap that long line. Like it? Beautiful. So our overall is 60'3". So if you just hook this pretty much, which our plywood is overhanging like maybe a quarter. Not a huge deal, but just keep that in mind when you're measuring.
Yeah.
Hook and measure to that end and see what we have to the outside of our frame. And we'll do that on both sides. Yeah, and we'll do that on both sides, because if we're either a little bit big or a little bit small, we'll adjust our 5.5 inch dimension to compensate for that. Right on the money. If we're a 1/4 inch over there, then that literally makes us perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's check this side too. So this one, the plywood is overhanging. So you can measure to this pencil line.
Okay.
Zach's perfectly flush, so it'd be a tiny bit big, 1/8 big. So then I think what we do, well, if that side's perfect, no, I think we will go off this side. So since we're an 1/8 big, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna move a 1/16 on each side to make that 1/8. So we're gonna, instead of snapping 5.5, we're gonna go 5.5 heavy, and then we'll go 5.5 heavy on that side too. But first, we're gonna do our 3, 4, 5. So let me think where I want to do this from. I think we'll go on from this side so we don't have to deal with that metal thing. So basically we can pull that 5.5 heavy from this corner and just mark that on the red line. This way. There you go. Mark it right on the red line. Okay, 5.5 heavies right there. So we're gonna do a big old 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we know that we've got 29'3" here. So I think we do divisibles of 9, and then we can get 27 feet. This would be, that's 3, this would be 36 feet, and then we would do 45 feet across there.
Okay.
So what you do for that, in order to be more accurate, because you can't really like hold the hook right on, you'll burn a foot. So Zach will be holding 1 foot right on that intersection right there, exactly, and you'll go 1 foot big. So you'll first come across, I guess it doesn't really matter which way we go first, but we'll just start with this one. There you go, so we call it burning a foot. And then the important thing, I always double check whoever I'm working with, like making sure like, hey, you're adding a foot, right? Or whatever, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just to do that. So yeah, 1 foot right on that line. And then we're marking 27 plus 1 foot, so 28 feet. And then just kind of do an arc.
Okay.
And make sure this needs to be super accurate. So I know I'm literally looking at that. It's between the 28 and the F. And here's some, if it's like tricky to like see your pencil line,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. But if it is, sometimes you can like do a line first and then you can line up with that line. And we'll do like a big,
One.
it doesn't need to be too huge because we know it's going to be in there, but I like to do like at least a foot. Okay, so then Zach, you'll stay there. You're now going to burn a foot off of the crow's foot, and then we're going to mark 36 plus 1 foot over here. And this one we don't need to do a huge line because it's going to intersect the red line, so we're just going to mark it right where it intersects. 37 feet, 36 plus 1 foot. All right, so now Zach, you'll go to this line. Same thing, burning a foot. Right where this crow's foot meets that red line. And then Troy, you're marking 46 feet. Beautiful. Now we can kind of check this and see roughly how square we are. It's like there we can see we're not amazing. We're like 6. So that's not a big deal though. That just means we can adjust. So here, and this is good to see, especially for learning purposes. So here, if we're checking, ideally in a perfect world, we would want to be at 5.5. This plywood overhangs maybe at 8, so really we're at like 6 1/8. Basically what we'll do is, now we can kind of recheck, because that means something's a little skewed, but we're not out of parallel, which is what's good. So now what we can do, right. Okay. So, well, but you know what, let me just double check it really quick. Okay. Just because if I don't double check it, then I'll regret it. Let's 3, 4, 5 it off of this side. I know I want to add a 1/4. All right, if you want to hold me 1 foot on that. I really hope you just got it wrong, but we'll see. So I'm going to mark 37, or yeah, because it's 36, but then 37. Like it? Okay, you can stay there. I'll run over here. Good. All right, and then you can run to my line over there. Like it? This way it's a heck of a lot closer. We're only at 1/8 off. So let's double check these original lines. I bet something's off on one of our marks or something. That's the only downside about 3, 4, 5 is if one thing's a little bit off, it can really screw up some other stuff. Here, hold me 1 foot on there again. We'll just see where we missed something. 37, is that it? Okay, and let's check our diagonal just in case that's off. The other thing that it could potentially be is if our chalk line isn't perfectly straight, that can affect your squaring. So same thing on this crow's foot here. Yeah, right, yeah, look right there. And make sure you're letting the tape go the direction it wants to and everything. Yep, it's all right. So then let's see. Maybe our chalk line's not straight. It looks pretty straight. Let's check this chalk line. This one looks pretty straight too. That's weird. I don't even know how the frick that happens. Pretty good when we check it that way, so we'll just go with the one that I did because for some reason that one works. So we'll go from, I've got a crow's foot over here, and then we'll go through this crow's foot right here. It's always good to like, little things can affect stuff, so it's always good to like check it in different areas, because like if it was just like, holy crap, we're 3/4 out of square and we just started like shifting and moving stuff, when all of a sudden if we just check it from the other side, it's like only 1/8 off, not even worth it, you know?
We're screwing ourselves for no reason. Exactly,
it's like you're starting to overthink it. So yeah, that crow's foot there, and then I got one over here, so we're going to my bigger one here. Good? Beautiful. So now we're gonna pull our parallel all the way to that end. So now we'll just burn 5.5.
Okay.
Because if we're doing this,
Yeah.
it's the same kind of thing as like when we're snapping a foundation. We burn 5.5 because that's the outside of our 2x6 wall. So he's burning 5.5, then Zach, you're gonna mark 60'3" minus 5.5. I like to pull tight at the box. So what I do is I let who's ever got the hook put it where it goes, and then I reel into it, and then I kind of like, I let it go out a little, and then when I'm like a little bit away, I can like pull into it. Hit it. Well, now we just got to do these little exterior thing, which we can just pull parallel. And really this side, we can just frame it flush. So we can just give ourselves 5.5. We've got our, I'll just do my 5.5 on the red line for the heck of it. I've got 39 3/4 there to my crow's foot. So I'm gonna come back like this far, mark the same measurement, and then we can run our chalk line through those two. But then you just hold it in the middle because we don't want to snap all the way over here. Oh, he's got a wall there already, don't you? That's tight to it.
It's tight to this plywood.
Go to the framing if you can. I think you should be able to slide the chalk line under it. Right there? Now that looks right. Yeah, that looks good. So you guys can do that same thing on this side. I just went 5.5. Honestly, right where the plywood's at is perfect, and then just copy that. Zach and Troy are rolling on getting our plates down. I'm just coming in behind them and doing layout. Just regular stuff. Layout on the plates, RO written on the top. Getting the interiors rolling now. We'll definitely be able to start framing. After we get all the plates down and all the layout done, we'll then do our double tops. Because I did that on our last house and it was just awesome. So I'm gonna do that from now on. Oh, you already tacked it? Whoopsies. Popped right out. Here, just flush it with that one. Just tell me when, Zach?
Good.
All right, it should be able to fit right back in the old hole. $15.25. That one we still have to go from the splice. So from this 2x4 right there, basically if you pull from a splice, you can go like a mid splice. Look to your right, 5 feet, where they connect together. That's on a layout. So if you're pulling that way, you'll go 16 3/4 and back. If you're pulling this way, you'll go 15 1/4 and go. Oh, but I gotta love it. All these splices are lining right up on our studs. Makes me happy. We're getting the plates all labeled now. Just taught Troy the 2C thing. So lit.
Oh, that's the same. Try this one.
Oh yeah, it's too smooth with it. So Zach is putting in that last double top piece right there. Then I can pull my truss layout on top of our double tops. And then all we got to do is label these plates and then we're ready to frame these. So I bet tomorrow we can get a good chunk of these framed up. I don't want to say all of them, but it'd be cool if we got all of them, but probably won't. Because I also got to do this massive rake wall, which is going to be a pain in the butt, but should be cool. So we got our truss layout on the exteriors. Now we're running a string line across the middle to transfer that onto our middle walls. There you go, you're good now. Beautiful. So we'll do the same thing back here for these two, and then we can just pull to transfer our layout to there. All right, we're finished up here for the day. So we've got all of our plates down, single plates and our double top plate on top, and our truss layout on top of that, as you can see. We basically lay out each end, snap through the middle, and then we can transfer our layout from there. Makes it perfect. Then we just go through and label everything like this, label it on the floor, label it on the plates, and then that guarantees everything gets where it needs to go. So it's kind of a lot of prep work, but when we're framing tomorrow, I bet it'll be going pretty darn quick. And what's great is if you have a nail gun in your hand, you don't need to have anything else in your hand at any point. You don't need a tape measure, you don't need a saw because we got our window packs already cut. So yeah, that makes it really nice. You bend down to start nailing, you don't need to stop until you're done with the wall. All right, it's officially wall framing day. And Troy's nail gun and hammer are so hungry. They're hungry for more. So Troy and Tim are gonna be working on framing these exteriors up. They're gonna stop at this splice here to give me room to get this big rake wall done over here. I'm gonna be doing something pretty unique with that, something I've never really done before, which I'm kind of excited to try out. And then once I get this stood, we can bring all our plates into that corner, which will be nice. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good amount of these exteriors up today. Some of the other guys are wrapping up some other things, all that good stuff. So anyways, so with my gable truss here and that 2x6 tacked next to my plate, I can essentially frame my wall up 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna frame it right over this truss. So that way I can make sure my wall plane's perfectly with this. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea. I don't know, what do you guys think? So here we've got our wall framed up. You can see how we're framed over the truss basically. We've got our blocking going in, centered over the truss to separate the air spaces. It acts as fire blocking, but also will be a good insulation stop. And then this is just framed perfectly flush to the top cord of that truss. This is new to me where I framed over the top of the truss, but it helps to ensure that we're gonna fit perfectly with it. So we're getting our brackets on to lift this thing. This wall has no overhang, so it's gonna be sealed directly onto the roof. Although there is a cantilever, so that'll be an interesting detail. But these are these brackets that I made. They're pretty nice. Got 2 screws in the plate, 2 screw this direction, and that just helps so that way you're never relying solely on the threads of the screws. Make them even across there. Ideally, the length of one strap vertical is the length you want these across, so it'll make it perfect isosceles triangle. The pattern, that's the best way to distribute the weight. So we'll shackle these on there, put them on the hook. We'll get this thing off the ground. My better rigging straps come in today, along with my new hammer.
What kind of hammer you got?
Douglas. You'd probably recognize. I already have one, but it's an older one. I wanted a newer one though. Is it all clean? Upsy daisy. Let's go one right here, right below this block, and then we'll go one on this pack right here as well. And keep the nails pretty close together. Yeah, like that's perfect. Oh, that thing freaking split like crap. This thing's gonna probably bust out. Yeah, just cut it right here before you even bust it out. You see that gun, Tim? Beautiful. All right, hopefully that'll stay. Okay, now we don't get squashed. Watch out just in case. Woohoo! Easy, girl. They're always taller when they're standing up. Wow. I just want to make sure I'm level. We'll need to extend the braces a little bit. Wow, that's a heavy wall. It's too heavy to go more. So I can't go more. Or maybe I... Yeah, so we gotta pull it. Yeah. Maybe the Burke bar. Yeah. We can pull these out now. All right, we're gonna do trusses today. This job site's never windy, and today for some reason it is. But also, praise the Lord, Laura and Landon are back. So Laura's back manning the camera. Oh man, that's gonna be a sick angle. All right, let's do it.
Just like a video game.
This will be easier once I have one truss set. Good. Keep coming. Oh, there you go. Hey, we got those hangers by the white generator. If you want to grab that, remember the hangers we didn't have for the floor, for those LVLs? They're right by the generator. We can put those on. Almost. One of these days, we'll get it. Those joists that are cantilevering are nailed into the LVL right here, and there's no hangers on them. They're just nailed in. If you text me a picture, I'll tell you if it's right or not. You're good, Landon. All right, so we just set all these trusses. So now we're running these sleepers over the top, which is where we're gonna run what's called piggyback trusses on top of these. So these will help keep the truss on layout. They'll band them all together. Also give us something to actually nail the piggybacks to. So we put our layout on these 2x4s, running them all down. We'll pull the trusses to be on their perfect layout, and then we can run our piggybacks on top of this. And then yeah, just a couple nails, holding us on layout. Like it?
Yep.
Swing right a little. Down. What's cool with this is I know the angle of that roof, and at that angle, every single stud is gonna get exactly 8 inches shorter.
Okay.
So we can basically take our 74 and an eighth number and just keep working it backwards. So 74 and an eighth minus 8, it's gonna be 66 and an eighth. That's my squared along. So first off, you see that thing? I always forget to teach people that. But if I'm cutting something over 5 feet, you can actually, if you hook your tape, so that way the left side of it is right in the center of the board. You see how like that's right there? Then if I put my pencil underneath and I can kind of pinch it on my thumb, I can hold it right on that mark. I can go across like that. And that alone is, I mean, pretty dang square. Totally. So then for cutting square, it's harder when you're cutting bevels too, because now this is at an angle, which makes it tricky. But there's a few ways you can do it. So the first one is I like to just get kind of started on your cut, and then you can kind of just look at the saw itself and let like the saw kind of guide the rest of it. So like if I'm looking at this, I can see that this isn't square. Just looking at the table, I can't even see the blade right now, but I know I'm on my line because I barely started it. So looking at all 3 of these sides, I can picture it to be square. I can kind of lock it in, like that looks pretty close right there. And if I run that through, I check it with my square, like it's right on. So, and that's like, I literally wasn't even looking at the line. I just got it started, and then I'm using the saw as my reference.
Yeah, that's
So-
my issue. I'm looking at the blade and the trying to.
Totally, and really that's good too. That's just even harder. But when I'm doing that, let's see, we had 66 and an eighth, so next we got 58 and an eighth. About there. If I'm doing both, then I actually kind of hold the saw up, and I'll kind of get started shallow, and then I'll drop into it. It still works. It's just a little tricky, but same thing. I mean, that's plenty square enough for me. Not even a 16th. So, and then what else is nice is our cutoffs all have this same angle on it. So when we get to a certain point where, because our number's just going to get shorter and shorter, we'll keep in the back of our mind like, oh, we can use these. We can use these as well. This one we already cut, right? This is the one I just adjusted. Yeah. So, but that's a pretty helpful way to do it. And some guys too will even use their square with their saw. So let me see what this next one is. We had 58 and an eighth, so then just 50 and an eighth. So now that I'm at a shorter number, I'm gonna still square it across. But I can now use the square to kind of guide it. So same thing, I'll just get started on that line, but now I can literally put my square against it. And then that'll guide it too. Yep, I mean that's the squarest one out of them all because I used the square. So those are a few methods. And then with this saw, because I don't have a guard on it, which is, you know, super unsafe, obviously be careful. Right. Just the blade is more susceptible to damage because of it too. So I set it down like this, so the teeth are out of the rocks, and that'll help keep them from chipping. So there's 4 of them, so we'll just keep working down. So that's 50 and an eighth. So we'll just keep going down by 8 inches from there. All right, I'll take the next 2. I'll just do the one longer one first. buddy. Oh, it's beautiful. Now we're talking. Then I'll probably need to switch to that ladder because it's getting kind of cramped up here. Then I'll skip the next one and I'll go to the one shorter than that. Just gonna attack this real quick. Yes, sir. Heck, you don't even need to mark it, just hold it and show me where 4 feet is and call that 66 1/4. All right. 56 1/4 on that side. And on this side, I've got 52 1/4. And yeah, we can just come basically over. And then same thing, you can go up 20 inches from your mark. Yep. Beautiful. I think we could still do an LVL, but we could just put a scrap of LVL on each end and then like lag it all together. I think that makes the most sense. I think that's a good idea. And I did just get the okay to pick up stuff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. Let me look what it calls for the hangers for the ends of these too.
So we're leaving a little access hole here so that we can pass sheets up, because now that this truss bracing is installed, they won't fit through here, and none of us are tall enough to reach up there anyway. So we're gonna pass sheets up through this little access hole in the attic that we're putting in. That'll hopefully make the rest of this a little bit easier. 30. Yeah, make sure you're getting this, Laura. This is the most educational content you're gonna get all day.
72.5. We're leaving this one open?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's up? Yeah, I know.
I sold this car to Troy recently, and as you do, you don't do all your regular maintenance before you sell it, because that's a waste of money if someone's willing to pay money for it. Unfortunately, when you're selling it to your friend, then he can't drive himself to work because his brakes and rotors are
Yeah.
But
Here we are.
yeah, but I've done the old lunch brake job
Yeah,
before,
totally.
so-
This is an interesting looking Metabo battery. I haven't seen this type yet.
That's like
Nice. That's actually not
yeah, that's
bad.
really not bad. Yeah, I mean, it honestly, like, feeling the rotors and looking at it, it doesn't look like it needs it.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have at least, but
Totally. I mean, yeah.
I always keep an extra brake pad in my car. Not that I'll ever just be on the side of the road and do it, but if I have to.
okay.
See if we can figure out. All right, so we're getting ready to pull the crane down. Well, really, it's gonna get moved tomorrow, but we can fold it up. We can fold in the tip of our jib. Basically just make a little bit of preemptive measures to make the move go faster when the actual crane moving company comes. So it's pretty interesting. This crane basically has two modes. It has work mode and erect mode. And we can switch back and forth between those, and then these two knobs will work one or the other. So in work mode, this will swing me left and right and trolley in and out, and this will just cable up and down. Pretty simple. But in erect mode, trolley in and out will actually fold the jib in half like this, and then cable up and down is what will extend the tower at the giant knuckle in the middle. So before we can fold it to get it ready to transport, you can see on the jib, I don't know how easy it is to see on the camera, but right above the hook, there's a red spot on there. And that basically signals where we want to park the trolley to fold it in half in order to have the best access to fold it and move it. What we're going to do now in order to fold the tip of the crane in, because we're so close to our garage, is we're going to fold it at the tower knuckle without folding the jib. So it's going to come down like this. The tip of the crane is going to be pointing down over there between the trees, and we'll be able to get on ladders and we'll be able to fold it right there. So the crane guy instructed me how to do this when he dropped it off, but Landon wasn't here, so now me and him are going to go through it together so we can learn it. As the crane guy's finishing it up tomorrow morning, he'll be able to show us both together, really some more tricks and just nuances of this specific machine as well. But it's pretty cool and I'm excited to mess with it some more. Basically what we'll do is we'll fold the tower down without folding the jib in, and that'll put the jib down. So then we can disconnect it and fold the tip in where that end joint is.
Another button, or is that by hand?
That's one's by hand.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to put this down, which we can do without going all the way down, to where we can reach it off a ladder. And then we can rotate that in, we can get that all bolted up and ready, and then we can bring it back up, and then we can fold it, and then, yeah, we'll just weather vane it.
Yep.
When we fold it, we'll fold it with the hook and the thing, so that way it's just ready to roll.
Okay.
And then that's it. And then all Reed will have to do tomorrow is we'll pull the counterweights off. Hopefully Dad is gonna bring the gooseneck trailer. He's hoping that it can pretty much, like, he'll load up the gooseneck trailer first and he can just take off and drop it at Jess's so he can go about his day. So we'll now get ready to do that. I feel like that's a pretty good location.
Yeah, I would either say that or on the street, then we'd walk the street.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of a pain. So I think this will work. We can always adjust it a little if we need to. So this is gonna fold
Down.
Yes. This is the one that's like low-key, like almost sketchy.
How are we gonna reach it?
It's gonna fold.
Oh, that's right.
It's gonna
Yeah,
fold
yeah.
down. And then when these tighten, that's when the whole thing starts to move. So then we're literally just bringing it down until it's low enough that we can reach the jib.
Yep. What are we gonna need? Wrench? Do we have wrenches?
A couple wrenches and a ladder.
Do we have the wrenches in the trailer?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty crazy, huh? So we're gonna be adjusting the jib, that like joint there. We need to fold that back, but that's manual. Everything else is automatic, but that one's manual. So in order to do that, we have to like partially fold it because of how this lot is set up, basically. Those line up right?
Yep.
Honestly, the tricky part will be rotating it uphill.
Yeah, totally.
So we're gonna take out these two bolts, these two longer bolts, and that bolt at the top.
So this one and that one?
Yep, both of these and that top bolt.
one? Okay.
And then that wire with the yellow has a plug
Yeah, disconnect it.
that we unplug. So we can probably grab that gorilla ladder.
Got the two 2x8s going like this.
Did someone put this yellow tape on?
Then yeah, we'll add like even a 2x6 is okay. Just as like a ridge basically. I'll need you to push them up first. It kind of gets stuck a little bit, so you can just push the cables up, and then I'll finish folding.
That's what I was asking. I was like, do you want me to do the cables?
Okay, definitely gets easier at that point. If you can hold this, I'll weather vane it, and then we can push it this way. With the jib out, when you weather vane it, it moves easy.
Okay.
You'll probably be able to just like barely push and it'll go. Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. And this is where it starts getting hard here.
Yeah, so.
And then we're going uphill with it.
Right.
How does this attach?
There's a pin somewhere, or maybe there was, I can't remember exactly, but I think there was a piece that like bolts it together. That's like a clamp almost.
Like max for me.
We gonna make it?
No.
See if you can push a little further, because as soon as we're past it, then we can.
Oh, hold on, we're caught on this branch here.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Then I can lift it back up so it's level. Then we won't be fighting it to swing down.
Totally, but then we're not gonna be able to reach it to whatever pin.
Well, we'll just have to set up like the extension ladder probably.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, because let me think, it'll fold back to like.
You guys need help down there?
We're gonna need help, but let's clean up all of our tools. Compressor's done for the rest of the day. Okay. So let's clean up.
All right, wanna.
Oh, yeah, let me go on that side.
Ready? Wanna try it? Nice, that was easy.
You got it? I'm not gonna be able to do much anymore.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad, especially if you help with this. Do you think it's gonna stay okay?
No, I'm gonna have to hold it. But if we can get this back that way, you know?
Yeah. Let me push it with the 2x4, and then I can raise it. It's honestly not hard to move, so probably pretty good.